Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a very special episode of ezBUCKETz. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. In today's video, I got something that I guarantee you guys are going to love. We're going to be talking about 10 NBA players that are surprising everyone. All of the players on this list you can put in the conversation of the most improved player, or other words, breakout players. It hasn't even been half the NBA season yet, but with everything these players are doing, I believe they deserve much more recognition. And that's why I'm making this video. I want to honor these players, give them a quick shout out, because these players are changing their NBA teams game by game. So if you're a big NBA fan and want to know who are the best surprising players right now, you're gonna love this video. But quickly, before I get on with the video, I just want to say, if you're new to the channel and love basketball, welcome to ezBUCKETz. My name is Soom, and I make basketball videos every single day, so be sure to hit the subscribe button and click this button right here, the post notification bell, to not miss any of my upcoming videos. If you watched this video and you loved it, be sure to smash that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. It would help out the channel a lot. But without wasting any more time, let's talk about the most surprising players in the NBA. The first player on this list is CJ McCollum of the Portland Trail Blazers, and honestly, he's surprising all of us. When talking about CJ McCollum, you usually think that on the Portland Trail Blazers, he's usually just a shadow behind Damian Lillard. After winning the Most Improved Player award in 2016, CJ McCollum didn't really advance to the next level, as he was great but just didn't get better. After a very disappointing season last year by the Portland Trail Blazers, they almost missed the playoffs and got eliminated in the first round of the playoffs. CJ McCollum knew he had to step up. He had to help Damian Lillard. And after that cry, CJ McCollum definitely advanced to the next level. If you look at his stats, it speaks for himself on why he broke out and is surprising all of us. This season, he's averaging 26.7 points per game, 3.9 rebounds, 5.0 assists, 1.3 steals, shooting 5 3-points made a game, and shooting a total of 47% at the field goal mark. CJ McCollum is doing a lot better than he did last season. If you look at his numbers last season, he only averaged 22 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. And the fact that all of his numbers are increasing in the defensive and the assist part, it just shows how well CJ McCollum is affecting the Blazers. Right now, the Blazers have a record of 8-6, which ranks them as the 4th seed in the Western Conference. And from what I can tell, the Portland Trail Blazers are going to be serious contenders when everybody is healthy. As I make this video, CJ McCollum is currently out due to an ankle injury, but once he gets back and the Portland Trail Blazers are back and at it, I do see them being a possible threat going to the Western Conference Finals. The next breakout player on this list is Julius Randle of the New York Knicks. And guys, Julius Randle has been absolutely amazing and literally shocking. We all know how good Julius Randle could be. Last year, he was easily the best player on the New York Knicks, but we didn't know how good he would be this season. If you look at his stats alone, he's averaging 22.6 points, 11.6 rebounds, 6.2 assists, 0.7 steals, shooting a total of 40% at the field goal and 80% at the free throw. Julius Randle is literally a mini Nikola Jokic of the Eastern Conference. A big part of why Julius Randle has stepped up this year is because of the head coach of the Knicks, Tom Thibodeau. We all know this is his first season as the Knicks head coach. And in the past, we've seen it before, Tom Thibodeau has the ability as a coach to bring a player out and help them reach their maximum potential. A big part of why Julius Randle is playing so well is because he literally plays 36 minutes a game. Plus, for the New York Knicks, Tom Thibodeau literally doesn't sit him. He's always on the court. Julius Randle is entering his prime in his career, and learning while playing heavy minutes is just gonna make him better. And I see Julius Randle being a big primetime target for the Most Improved Player this year. A fun fact to know as well, the Knicks are actually winning games. They're not the best team in the East, but if you look at where they are right now compared to last season during this time, the Knicks are usually at the bottom of the East, but right now they're in the middle of the pack, which is good for their future and development. I love watching Julius Randle. He's kind of undersized at the power forward, but his quick, athletic, and good decision making makes him a good primetime franchise player. The next player on this list is Collin Sexton of the Cleveland Cavaliers, and he's easily one of the best breakout players so far, especially when talking about a young player. Collin Sexton is entering his 3rd season in the NBA, and the fact that he jumped from an average scorer to an elite scorer shows how the Cleveland Cavaliers are bringing out his potential. If you look at his stats right now, he's averaging 26.8 points, 2.4 rebounds, 4.2 assists, 1.3 steals, shooting a total of 52% at the field goal mark. A point guard that's young, shooting above 50%, that speaks volume to a potential most improved candidate. A few days ago before I made this video, Collin Sexton literally beat the Brooklyn Nets. The first game together, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Durant played together, and Collin Sexton dropped a total of 42 points. A fun fact, Collin Sexton missed 7 games due to an ankle injury, and the fact that he came back and dropped 42, that speaks volume to how good this kid really is. The Cleveland Cavaliers are entering that rebuilding phase in their career. They have Jared Allen now, they have Darius Garland who picked it up as well, and I believe building around Collin Sexton to kind of be a Victor Oladipo type of role for that young team, I believe Collin Sexton is just going to keep getting better. I love his defense, I love his will to win, and with that personality, I see a lot of success in Collin's future. The next breakout player on this list is Christian Wood of the Houston Rockets, and we're talking about Christian Wood. He's honestly one of my favorite stars to come. There are so many videos out right now of Christian Wood and how he became found in the NBA. If you guys don't know his story, I'm gonna quickly explain it. Basically in 2015, Christian Wood went undrafted, and then ever since last season, he was just moved around many teams playing in the G League. Last season, the Pistons gave him an opportunity, and with that opportunity, he was able to sign a pretty good contract with the Rockets, a 3-year, $40 million deal, which right now, it looks like it was an absolute steal. Christian Wood is the starting center for the Houston Rockets and is their franchise future, and if you look at his numbers right now, he's kind of a mini Anthony Davis at his age. He's averaging 23.5 points, 10.8 rebounds, 1.4 assists, 1.8 blocks per game, guys. These are similar numbers that Anthony Davis is putting up now. The fact that Christian Wood is scoring double than he did last year, and he's using his opportunity and seizing it, it speaks volume to his mindset, his work ethic, and what he wants in his NBA career. With the Houston Rockets entering a rebuilding phase as well, alongside John Wall, Oladipo, and Christian Wood, I believe these 3 could be a big 3 to come in the near future. The next breakout player on this list is Mikal Bridges of the Phoenix Suns, and he's honestly one of my favorite under-the-radar breakout players. Mikal Bridges this year is a big reason why the Phoenix Suns are very successful. If you look at their record right now in the regular standings, they're actually the 7th seed in the Western Conference with a record of 8-7. A big part of why they're doing so well is because of Chris Paul and of course the development and improvements of DeAndre Ayton. But the point is, Mikal Bridges is also a big important role player that plays about 35 minutes a game that is very effective for the Phoenix Suns, offensively and defensively. He's averaging 15.1 points, 5.8 rebounds, 1.8 assists, 1 steal and 1 block a game, and if you compare his numbers to last season of only 9 points per game, you can already tell Mikal Bridges is stepping up on the offensive end, which they much need. Mikal Bridges was the 1st round pick in 2018, the 10th overall, and the fact that a 3rd-year player is already playing at this level, it speaks volume to how good he could be in the seasons to come. Mikal Bridges, someone who's not really talked about, but I'm putting him on this list because he deserves it. The next player on this list is Luol Deng of the Oklahoma City Thunder, and I also believe he's a very good target when it comes to an under-the-radar, most surprising player. When talking about Luol Deng, he was amazing last year during the NBA playoffs. He was a big reason why OKC made it all the way to Game 7 against the Houston Rockets, and the fact that a rookie who was a big part of a playoff run, it speaks volume to how much of an improvement he's taking this year. If you look at his stats alone, he's playing plus 30 minutes, averaging 13.8 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, shooting a total of 50% at the field goal mark, and shooting a total of 76% at the free throw line. Luol Deng took a big jump this year. Look at his numbers last year. He only averaged 6.8 points, 2 rebounds, literally barely an assist and a steal, and the fact that he got no minutes last year in the regular season and got bare minutes in the NBA playoffs, it speaks volume to how if you're an NBA player and have an opportunity to shine, you must use that opportunity and seize it. Luol Deng was able to do that last year in the NBA playoffs, and now with the OKC entering a rebuilding phase, Luol Deng is definitely a starter going forward. Everybody loves Luol Deng, that's why he's on my list. The next player on this list is Jalen Brown, and he's in the category of a player that was good last year, but entered the realm of a great player this year, an elite player. The Boston Celtics got off to a rough start. They didn't have Kemba Walker at the beginning, Jason Tatum got hit with COVID, and the fact that Jalen Brown stepped up into a scoring figure and a number 1 and number 2 option for the Celtics, it speaks volume to how much Jalen Brown wants to be an all-star. Last year, Jalen Brown just missed the NBA All-Star cut, and I believe this year, he's going to make the All-Star team. He's putting up dynamic numbers. He's averaging 26.9 points, 6.0 rebounds, 3.7 assists, 1.4 steals, shooting a total of 52% at the field goal line. Jalen Brown is one of the most efficient players in the Eastern Conference right now that's literally impacting the Boston Celtics and bringing them to a whole nother level. The Boston Celtics are the 3rd seed in the Eastern Conference right now. They have a record of 8-6, and I believe once everybody's healthy, Kemba, Jalen Brown, and Jason Tatum, they're just going to keep getting better. And with Jalen Brown slowly becoming the second scoring option, I believe that bodes well to the future of the Boston Celtics, because I do believe Jalen Brown is better than Kemba Walker. He's younger, he's quicker, he's stronger, and this season I also see him in the most improved conversation. The next player on this list is Chris Boucher of the Toronto Raptors, and I believe Chris Boucher is a great target as well, as this year he's simply broken out and became a very important factor to why the Raptors are slowly becoming more successful. When talking about the Raptors, they kind of had a slow start, they didn't really do well, and a lot of teams are counting them out. But as I make this video, the Raptors are back in the Eastern Conference race. They have a record of 7-9, and they're fighting for the 8th spot right now. We all know this past offseason, the Raptors lost Serge Ibaka and Marc Gasol, and a lot of fans were saying that without Marc Gasol and Serge Ibaka, the Raptors aren't going to be any good. But Chris Boucher used his opportunity to step up to be a prime-time defensive and offensive target for the Raptors going forward. Look at his numbers. He's averaging 14.8 points, 6.5 rebounds, 1.1 assists, and 2.3 blocks. Chris Boucher is in the top 5 on most blocks per game in the NBA. The fact that he came from a 6.6 points per game last year to a 15 points per game this year, it shows that Chris Boucher is going to easily be in that most improved conversation, and if the Raptors can keep riding him, giving him minutes, I believe he's just going to keep getting better. Chris Boucher is the best center on the Toronto Raptors. Nick Nurse, I think it's time you start Boucher. The next player on this list is one of my favorites, and that is Domantas Sabonis of the Indiana Pacers, and he definitely broke out this year, but he also broke out last year. When talking about the Indiana Pacers, they're one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference, but no one really talks about them because they don't really have a star or a superstar to give them the popularity and social media influence. I believe if Domantas Sabonis can keep making noise for the Indiana Pacers and help them to keep winning games, the Indiana Pacers are just going to keep getting more recognition. After trading away Victor Oladipo, the Indiana Pacers are focusing their future on Malcolm Brogdon and Domantas Sabonis. And the fact that these two are going to run the show for the Indiana Pacers, it speaks volume to how good they're just going to be. Domantas Sabonis' numbers increased on all aspects. He's averaging 21.7 points, 12.5 rebounds, 5.9 assists, 1.0 steals, compared to last year, only 18 points, 12 rebounds, and 5.0 assists. Domantas Sabonis is improving in all his categories. Domantas Sabonis was an all-star last year, and this year I see him also becoming an all-star, no doubt about it. And the last player on this list is Jeremy Grant, one of the biggest breakout players this year, as he has become the #1 option for the Detroit Pistons. Last year, Jeremy Grant was a big part of the Denver Nuggets. He was a big reason why the Denver Nuggets made it all the way to the Western Conference Finals, took the Lakers to Game 6, and with that, Jeremy Grant got a big contract by the Pistons, a 3-year, $60 million deal. Jeremy Grant really isn't known to be an offensive player, he's known to be a defensive stopper, but this year, he's one of the best two-way players in the NBA so far. He's averaging 24.3 points, 6.4 rebounds, 2.7 assists, 1 steal per game, and 1.3 blocks. Compared to his numbers last year, Jeremy Grant has easily improved. Last year, he only averaged 12 points per game and 3 rebounds, and the fact that he's doubled in all his categories this year, Jeremy Grant has instantly become the franchise player of the Pistons. If you play fantasy basketball and you have Jeremy Grant on your roster, you're definitely happy because he's playing like a first or second rounder right now. But ultimately, guys, this wraps up my video for today on the top 10 players that I believe are surprising us all right now. What's most important to me is one of your thoughts. Are there any other players out there that you believe should be on this list, or are these 10 players the perfect targets for this video? Put your thoughts in the comments below. But other than that, take it easy, God bless, and see you all next time on Easy Buckets. Woo!